Ours is Sanatan Dharma, not Purushottam Masa Dharma or Ek Masa Dharma. No. Before this year, there was not much about the Purushottam Masa all the way. And this year, ISKCON has made a big deal out of this. They made it like a big announcement and some lectures are being given by devotees and what we should do in Purushottam Mas and this and that. Yes, there are rules to be performed in Purushottam Mas. So Purushottam Mas means it is a Adhika Mas. It is the 13th month of the year. So this comes once in 3 years, about 2 to 3 years once. It is the holiest month. Even it is said it is more holy than Kartik month. But now the thing is this, Srila Prabhupada did not emphasize so much on the Purushottam Mas. Why? He said, what is our movement? Kirtaniya Sada Harihi. Always chant. Even Kartik month he did not give that much importance. Although nowadays it's a big thing. We sing the special song that is introduced by Srila Prabhupada, but otherwise, what we should do, what we should not do in this month, no, the same thing what you should do in all parts of your life, all the time. So Srila Prabhupada explains very nicely in this letter to Jayapataka about the Kartik month. You have asked about the specialness of the month of Kartikeya, and the answer is that it is a special inducement for persons who are not in Krishna consciousness to perform some devotional service. For persons who are doing nothing in Krishna consciousness, it is an indirect inducement to take to devotional service in earnest seriousness. Every moment is Kartikeya. In this connection, there is a good example that sometimes a store gives special concession to attract new customers. But for those who are already customers, there is no need of a special sale. They will purchase at any cost if they know the import and value of the goods. Similarly, those who are pure devotees do not aspire for any concession and out of spontaneous love try to engage themselves in devotional service 24 hours each day, 365 days every year without any stoppage. So the thing is this, by emphasizing the importance of the Purushottam Mas, it indirectly, it's not implied, but conditioned souls will take it in that way. That, okay, this is Purushottam Mas, I have to do all these things. And then after Purushottam Mas, they give up all these things. But that is not the mood of the devotee. Like in Singapore, we have a ghost month. Whether it is ghost Mas or Bhoot Mas or whatever you call it, or whether it is Purushottam Mas, we should not change our practice. We should be always constant. A devotee who is actually following Krishna consciousness, he doesn't need all these enticements for him to take up when he is already doing every day. So basically, what is the thing? You have to rise before sunrise, you have to rise before Brahma Muhurta. That devotee does every day. So it is not that only in Purushottam Mas you have to do this and other Mas you can sleep. By promoting one month, you are indirectly saying that it is okay that if the other months you are not so strict. Because you will get the 1.6 million times the effect of doing whatever you are doing in every time. You will get that much effect in if you follow in this month. They will say like this. So these, some things are there like that. But by saying all these things, it will promote them to do only for a while and then after that give it up again. That should not be the way. Ours is Sanatan Dharma, not Purushottam Masa Dharma or Ek Masa Dharma. No, it is not 1 month Dharma or 1 year Dharma or 10 years Dharma. It is a Sanatana Dharma. So Kirtaniya Sada Harihi, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, not Purushottam Masa Kirtayanto Mam. No. Every day, whether it is Purushottam Mas, whether we are in heaven, whether we are in hell, whether it is the most inauspicious time, whether it is the most auspicious time, doesn't matter. Shubha Shubha Parityagi. You see this? Bhagavad Gita 12:17. Yo na hrishyati na dveshti na shochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhaktimanya same priyaha. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is very dear to me. That means whatever it is, he is not deviating from his focus in life, which is to become Krishna conscious. And that's why in the second chapter also it is said, 38th verse, Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. And by so doing you shall never incur sin. Of course, Arjuna's duty was to fight. Our duty is to chant. We have to chant. We have to do all these things that are given to us by Srila Prabhupada, whether it is happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, auspiciousness or inauspiciousness, in any point in life or in life or death, we have to do the same thing in heaven or hell. So that is the real deal. So that's why Srila Prabhupada promoted constant, because nothing less than complete surrender to Krishna. That is what Srila Prabhupada promoted. Sometimes devotees think, oh, Srila Prabhupada did not speak much about the Purushottam Mass. Let me introduce something that is, something more advanced than what Srila Prabhupada introduced. No. The reason why Srila Prabhupada did not talk about the glories of Purushottam Mass is not because, he did not give us enough. No. It's because he wanted us to surrender to Krishna more than anything else. Even Kartik month, he said like that. What to speak of Purushottam Mass? You may induce new people to take up these things, but not that do in this month you will get all these things. By saying that, you are just telling them that you only need to endure this for 1 month. We are indirectly saying that. So, Srila Prabhupada's movement is full surrender to Krishna, no matter the time and circumstance. That's why he did not introduce principles which will compromise that. I am not saying that Purushottam Mass is not auspicious. No, it is auspicious. It is definitely auspicious. It is the most auspicious month. There is no doubt about that. One has to do chanting, one has to give donations to Krishna. All this have to be done in the Purushottam Mass, in fact. But it should not be only in the Purushottam Mass. If you have never done this before, start doing in the Purushottam Mass now. At least let this be an impetus for you. But then continue it. Don't stop it. Prabhupada also said, when you chant Hare Krishna, when you increase your rounds, don't come down. Suppose you are chanting 2 rounds and now you are increased to 4 rounds. Then after Purushottam Mass again 2 rounds. That is not good. Our service to Krishna should never decrease. It should be increased or maintained constant. So our vows all should not change, or should not decrease at least. So that's why he did not promote one thing, because just like in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami says we have to worship Ganesh before we worship Krishna, to remove all the obstacles in such service. But Srila Prabhupada did not incorporate that. Was he against Rupa Goswami? No. He is against our materialistic nonsense mentality that we will get into Ganesh worship and then Shiva worship and then Murugan worship and then Durga worship, and then before we know, all the 330 million demigods are inside the altar and Krishna is thrown out. To save us from that nonsense rubbish, he said, stop it. You are not qualified to follow this instruction. Worship Narasimhadev. He is anyway the source of power for Ganesh also. Let's worship Narasimhadev. So in our mind, we are not diverted from anything but complete surrender to Krishna. Because why did Srila Prabhupada did not introduce this Ganesh worship? Although Rupa Goswami said that in the Nectar of Devotion. Because of our defect. So similarly, Purushottam Mass is definitely very holy. Yes, no doubt. But why didn't Srila Prabhupada introduce? Because of our defective mentality. We will, Purushottam Mass, okay, this much benefit I will get. Okay, I will do in Purushottam Mass, rest of the time I will sleep. No, he did not want this. He wanted complete. He preached nothing less than complete surrender to Krishna, and that's why he did not emphasize all these things. Constantly we have to be Krishna conscious. Serious business. It's not a one month affair. No, it's Sanatana Dharma. He wants us to go back to Godhead. These inducements, for Purushottam Mass that are given in the Shastra, it is to enable somebody who is not doing anything to at least do something and start somewhere and then continue, keep on continuing. But people will not continue. The problem is that they will think, okay, 1 month, okay, Purushottam Mass, finish. That's the problem. So what are the rules to be followed? Whatever rules we are supposed to follow every day, follow those things. What is that? Wake up before Mangalarti, do Mangalarti, chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds, eat only Krishna Prasadam, read Prabhupada's books, increase reading. All these things. That's it. There's nothing more. Nothing new that we have to invent. Same things. Do it and take up the vow. Okay, now I'll start. Purushottam Mass I will start. And then do it. Even after Purushottam Mass. Don't think that after Purushottam Mass if you give up, that's okay. No, it's not okay. You have to maintain it.